Hey everybody, it's Sean Michael Brehm. I want to thank you for joining us and remembering that we have been saying all along that CrowdPoint is going to reinstantiate the Buttonwood Agreement, not with gold, silver, or fiat, but first and only first with sovereign, divine human identity, a quantum human identity that is protected, valued, and empowered through a rigid and radiant utility of worth system. This is the Fort Knox of the 21st century, built not for nations, but by and for you, the human identity. Welcome to the Quantum Rebellion, the return of the Buttonwood. Here's the premise from day one. The vision from day one. $11 trillion in cybercrime is because you are the driver between commercial and capital markets. You are Fort Knox. It begins with a fundamental truth that your human identity is the most valuable asset ever created. It's divine, unique, and immutable. Yet today, as we've been saying for a while, your identity is the most exploited resource on earth, targeted at over $11 trillion in cybercrime. Why? Because legacy systems treat your data as a product, not as your sovereign birthright. We've been saying this for 3.5 years. CrowdPoint is flipping this paradigm. You are no longer the product, you are the principal, the vault, the economy, the Fort Knox. That's why we've been designing and building and delivering the utility of worth, a 12-step ascension. CrowdPoint has engineered on the Vogon distributed quantum ledger database a repeatable, secure, and deterministic 12 to 15 step lifecycle known as the utility of worth. This is no metaphor. It's a functional mechanism that transacts value from your verified actions, spatial, temporal, thematic, and semantically. It is the ability to refine data, the new oil, into different grades of rocket fuel. You see, information is what powers the global economy. This system doesn't just observe your worth. It quantifies it, qualifies it, and validates it inside a ledger and a database that no one can tamper with, the Vogon distributed and decentralized quantum ledger database. Once you complete the utility of worth lifecycle, you have forged a quantum digital asset. You will receive these quantum digital assets as an incorruptible, cryptographically bound QNIT, not a token. QNITs on the distributed quantum ledger database, tokens on the blockchain. This QNIT embodies your verified contributions, your rights, and your economic potential. You may keep it sovereign and keep it only on Vogon, or if you choose, you can create a hybrid digital asset. So if you can see across the top here, we've been talking about quantum digital assets. Then you can go to cryptocurrencies, and then you go to hybrid digital assets. A hybrid digital asset is capable of living on any blockchain, Ethereum, Solana, Algorand, Cardano. It doesn't make a difference. While referencing through what's called an oracle back on Vogon, the quantum truth anchor that resides on Vogon only, not on a hidden database that you can change. Immutable and transparent with governance, lineage, provenance, and pedigree. That's right. You're going to earn a pedigree on Vogon. It is the cornerstone for decentralized commercial and capital markets with one thing in common. You. It's you. You're at the core. On Vogon, you're not just an identity. You're the center of the economic universe. After all, capital markets follow commerce. If we encode commercial activity accurately, capital becomes predictable. And if your transactions, contributions, posts, and creations are tracked through your portfolio agreement that is tied directly to your quantum human identity, that you and you alone only know, you become the secure and protected, uncorrupted primary economic signal. Now, for the first time, capital follows you, not the other way around. This isn't a wallet. This is not the Federal Reserve. This is the visualization of your Fort Knox, the quantum reserve. The quantum reserve, anchored by your identity, tied to a portfolio agreement that only you and you alone know the relationship between the two. Provide a real-time mirror of your value. Your personal homepage on Vogon is no dashboard. It's a sovereign control center. On the top, you will see that you will own quantum digital assets, traditional cryptocurrencies, and hybrid digital assets. On the right, something radical. Advertisers lining up not to surveil or steal your data. They don't know who they are. They only know your portfolio agreement. You're the only quantum human identity owner that knows your real identity. You're abstracted. You're secure. Now, in this global model we've been talking about, advertisers line up not to surveil, but request access to your portfolio. Each advertiser is there because your posts, your comments, and creative labor generate value. And now they must pay you to engage. You get paid for being you. Remember, don't forget, you have a visible identity with privacy by design. Your identity is never, never, never exposed. It's abstracted. You control access to your quantum asset portfolio agreement. Only you know the relationship between the two, and only you can see the relationship between the two. And in honor, there's only one identity that I actually know, and that is Sheldon's. And I did that as a gift for all of us to remember him by. All the rest were randomly generated because I wanted him to have the first quantum human identity. But your quantum asset portfolio agreement contains your canonical ID, your spatial, temporal, thematic, and semantic alignment. It's Merkle-verified proof of existence on the Vogon distributed and decentralized on-EcoSync quantum ledger database. But only you know, only you, not me, no one else, know the relationship between your quantum human identity and what the world knows, your portfolio agreement. Not even CrowdPoint can trace it. This is zero knowledge sovereignty. True policy, true privacy. Not anonymity for criminals, but privacy for creators like you. I want you to see here. So all these videos on the right, you're going from video to value. You may remember ClickView. This is a quantum view, a Q view. So now we're going to integrate this quantum view on the right, a new layer that overlays video content with embedded utility signals. Watch a video, get credited in a quantum value unit. I've already earned $1. Take a look at this. Create content, be rewarded with quantum value micropayments. Engage with high utility knowledge and contribute, you grow your portfolio. These are not tokens. These first have to start as QNITs. And they're not pumped by hype. They're tethered to real labor, real data, and real market demand on a quantum distributed and decentralized ledger database. As I said before, your wallet is actually the new reserve. These quantum value units reside in the quantum reserve as QNITs. Not units, but as QNITs. Unlike fiat currency issued by the Federal Reserve, these are backed by verified human activity, certified on a post-quantum ledger, tradable across chains and coalitions when they become hybrid digital assets. This is not the Fed. This is the quantum reserve. A decentralized engine of truth where value begins with you, not with institutions. It is the Buttonwood reinstated for you. The original Buttonwood Agreement birthed Wall Street. Our mission from day one has been incredibly ambitious. I get it. But a global quantum economy where every human is an institution of value. No intermediaries. No brokers of identity. No invisible algorithms mining your soul. You are the issuer. You are the validator. You are the treasury. You. Not a department of treasury, the department of you. And you have your own quantum reserve. Remember, your divine identity is the economy. Look, we're entering an age where value is no longer abstract. It's spatial, temporal, thematic, and semantic, measured through each one of your interactions. It's already happening. The difference is, do you want to control it, or do you want to let the rest of the world control it? Heck, Google got hacked. How much of your data from all your web transactions have been tracked? Not anymore. You're going to encode this into your quantum digital asset. It's stored forever on a quantum ledger. From labor to legacy, your quantum human identity is now the foundation of the most advanced, sovereign, and just economy ever conceived. This isn't science fiction. This is happening, and it's only the beginning. Your identity, your sovereignty, your economy. Remember, at CrowdPoint, it's always been about where the Buttonwood meets the quantum tree, where the Fort Knox of the 21st century is you, stored not in a federal reserve, but in a quantum reserve. I hope you enjoyed watching what happened above in the video, and you're as excited as I am.